Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now look, I know, I might have missed the first masterclass, but now that you do know how to make, shape and roll out your own pasta, it's time to cook it.
Yes.
Time to cook it.
Let's get into it. Now, to celebrate World Pasta Day, we're going to show you how to prepare a delicious traditional Alfredo pasta that is packed with ham, mushrooms and coated in a velvety, smooth Clover Nolac lactose-free sauce. This looks and sounds delicious.
You had me at velvety. Because that's what you want. If you're going to be making sauces like this, you want it to coat your pasta as beautifully as possible and not have some parts that have the sauce and some parts that don't. And this is why I love the Alfredo sauce, because it's something that you can definitely make enough of and your sauce will definitely make your dish what it is. So to start it off, it's quite a simple dish. I've got my onions already sauteing. I'm going to increase my heat now because what I want to do is I want to add the flavorants to our sauce. And to here, I'm going to be adding some garlic. I'm going in with my thyme.
There's no better smell than this, hey?
I know, right? The combination
it says welcome home.
Welcome to the party.
And all we do is we basically just want to get a bit of color on it, but in essence just cooking it down, and you see our onions are already translucent. The step here that I like is when I add my mushrooms, I want to make sure that my pan is a little bit on the hotter side, so I'm going to add that to my sauce and just let it cook down. But Doc, one thing I have to just touch on, whenever we're making pastas like this, we spoke about how to make you know, how to make your own pasta from scratch. But there is also a lot of importance in how to actually cook the pasta.
Yes.
And what are some of the important things to mention before you actually start making it? What are important things to take note of when you're making, cooking your own pasta?
I think first of all, depending on how much pasta you're cooking, your pot always has to be big enough.
Okay.
You've probably all seen a pot that's got like pasta overflowing. Most important thing, I don't put any oil in the water, I just put salt. So I'm actually going to do that now.
Okay.
Nice aggressive boil, so you want to see like nice bubbling all across the pan. That's just really important because it's going to cool down when you put the pasta in, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want that. So it's about a tablespoon of salt into your, I don't know, 5 liters of water or so for our amount of pasta. I think should we get going?
Yeah, let's get going.
We have a little bit of time.
Let me then finish the sauce so that you can show us the pasta side. So once we've done this, obviously we're going to need some type of liquid to make our sauce. What we're choosing to use is our Clover Nolac lactose-free milk. So if you're struggling with, you know, those lactose intolerant symptoms like your eczema, your bloating and cramps and stuff like that, then this is definitely the range to try and use in your cooking because the lactose has been removed, making it easy to enjoy dishes such as this that are so versatile and so easy. So all I'm going to do then is go in with my Clover Nolac lactose-free milk. And then I'm going to add everything else here, which is literally just going to be the ham, and then our pasta is going to go in at the end. So maybe show us how to make that pasta.
So, tip of the day, I guess.
Yeah.
Trick of the day. If you have spaghetti, some people just chuck it in. A nice trick that you can do if you want to impress people as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Take the pasta, you hold the entire portion of whatever you want to cook. You take 2 sides and you kind of just give it a twist. You put it onto the water and you let the magic happen. The point of this is when it goes down, you're going to see as it softens a little bit, you get a really nice, even distribution in terms of how it cooks. And it makes it easier to sort of stir it and to cook the pasta evenly. So what I do is I just take a tong and get it in a little bit like this. Nice. Give it like a minute to just soften, and as soon as the pasta's soft enough to give it a stir, you give it a nice stir.
You start stirring away. Yep. Okay, so it's a patent design.
Here we go. Party trick.
So another question, you say you don't add any fat or oil content to the pan when cooking out the spaghetti. Now, I heard that, you know, that's what helps it not to stick and clump together. So then how do you ensure that each kind of strand of spaghetti is taken care of?
Yeah, so I think that's a misconception. A lot of people put salt and oil.
Yeah.
The salt is actually a better way of making the pasta not stick in the pot. Enough water and salt, it won't stick during the cooking process.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, you can see how they're coming apart. You want to keep it, you don't want to agitate it too much, but you want to stir like, you know, every now and then again, you'll see you want to just give it a bit of a stir around the pot. And biggest thing I ever learned in making pasta, my gran taught me this, is you have to keep some of the water. Really important. Helps that cohesive nature between the sauce and the pasta. And yeah, I mean, that's basically all you need to do.
Boom, boom, pow. You know, someone like me, I tend to strain all my water, so now I know, keep the water, keep some water. But we do have taste tests for you. I know a very huge point in also making pasta dishes, you have to have a pasta that kind of can hold the sauce as well. So that's why this pasta is probably the best for this dish.
Yeah, so I mean, you choose your pasta according to how it's going to hold the sauce. But this looks delicious. So
it tastes even better.
Yeah. And as you can see, Pali, in fact, what I'm going to do is once, just to loosen this up as well, that tip you were talking about, Chef, Doctor, once we're like here, as you can see, I've added my liquid, but it seems like it's a little on the drier side. That's when that extra cup of that reserved liquid will help to also loosen the sauce as well.
And just tie it together.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so here for it. If you do want to get the details of what we prepared today, simply head over to our website, afternoonexpress.co.za. We're still enjoying the pasta chow. So good.
Made with love by Clover.